This is live Vespers and Sabbath sermons. Welcome to this episode. We started this series about a year ago. Our live streaming schedule is Friday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 10:45 a.m. My name is Joel Ang. This episode presents Preacher Joel Ang from the SDA Sermons YouTube channel and Sister Rachel Reed from the SDA Sermons YouTube channel. Each video will have something for you, whether you have a question about a mark of the beast, you are wanting to SDA pastor what it is like. Check the description below for many helpful resources. Subscribe, hit the bell, and click on like. If you know someone who needs spiritual help, share this with them. Enjoy this episode.
And welcome to SDA Sermons with Joel Yang. Now, by the way, guys, it's not a pre-recorded video. What you're seeing right now is 100% live. This is what currently going on at the studio. Boy, look at outside. Can you see outside right now? Yep, you've never probably seen my outside from one of these LBAs series before. Probably the first time you've seen I'm outdoors, but well, I'm happy to say that the clock has changed an hour ahead. If you're wondering if you were like at 8:20 right now, you're like, boy, Joel hasn't even started yet. What's the problem with him? Well, you forgot to change your clock because it's 7:20 actually. And I'm still in New York. It's Eastern time. Well, I didn't move to Chicago. If I moved to Chicago, then you guys would say, oh, probably that's the deal. But in Chicago, I guess I have to start at 6 so that you guys don't have to listen at 8 o'clock because 8 o'clock is the time you're supposed to go to bed. Let me see if outside. Soon I have to close the curtain. Anyways. Okay, today's topic is going to be called the 10 Commandments. Oh, by the way, if you wonder, I'm very sorry that I didn't upload last week. Last week, I was not home. I was in Tennessee. We're like, wow. Yep, I was not home at all. So you were probably wondering, like, in the world, he's so forgetful to post his videos. Probably the clock changing, he's up until 10 o'clock in the evening. No, I didn't do that. I'll be a silly guy if I did that, but no, because I was in Tennessee, if you're wondering. If you haven't watched Middle Week episode 5, go ahead and watch. It's not even a sermon, it's a story. What happened last week? Wow, we didn't upload. It wasn't even talking hardly about anything in the Bible. Man, I just shocked myself. So, if you wonder, this day our schedule is not on time. Because number one of daylight savings time, which is always every year. Now, next year, you're going to get no more. In 2023, you don't have to turn your clock back. It's going to be always same time. Sunset here in New York going to be at 5:30. And second reason is because we went to Tennessee. In Tennessee, our schedule was like matched totally 100%. We stay in a friend's house, so we don't want to upset them too much. So because they didn't wake up as early as we did, so we woke up like 6-something, 7 o'clock, because they woke up late and we ate breakfast late. So everything was late while we were away from home. Even our eating schedules were not even the 5 hours. We were following like around 4 hours, 3 hours. Sometimes we didn't even follow the time. I didn't follow, but sometimes we had to be on time. So because we want to sleep early. And we enjoyed it. It was nice. I didn't have to wear 2 layers like what I have to do right now in New York. I just wear 1 layer there. It's nice. It was nice. I actually enjoyed it really much. We're planning to go down one of these days again. By the way, if you wonder when we came back on Sunday. And as you could guess, we left at 6-something because our friends were dropping. If you watch Seal of the Living God Ministry, they have dropped him off to the airport. He was going to Colorado. He's already back by now. And on the way to Georgia. So we stayed there for a while in Greenville, Tennessee. We enjoyed it really much. Oh, if you wonder about the day coming back, we came back on Sunday. We left like 6 something in the morning, and you guess what time we came back? We came at 10. We arrived home at 10 p.m. Now, when we went to Tennessee, we left at 4 a.m. or after 9, 10 p.m. around that time. So, yep. It was a big mess. Don't ask me too much. Because on the very day that the next day I came back on Monday, I woke up at 7:30 a.m. I was not happy at all. I was like, boy, what happened? Oh, if you're wondering where's Rachel, Rachel's not available today. And you could guess who has to play the piano today, right? As usual, when someone is not available in the sermon, someone has to take over. First who can take over? That's me. Okay, so now for Tennessee stories. If you watch it middle week episode 5, you will have more stories, but well, we're not gonna give you too much stories because, well, sermons are not about stories, it's just about okay. I don't know, you wonder why we didn't upload on Friday. Let me just tell you for a second. Friday, our friends came to our friend's house. It was kind of confusing, but yeah, we have many friends. Rachel came over. So yeah, I forgot to upload. That's why we were just like basically playing music. I forgot to upload. And on Saturday, we went to church in Tennessee, so that's why I forgot to upload. Okay, let's try 596. It's a nice song, though. Boy, I have to take the laptop over. That's why it's really confusing when someone is not here because you can't. It's not as convenient as you might imagine. Okay, Rachel said she did this, so I have to. Maybe I'll try it. Make sure my laptop doesn't drop. Or maybe I'm gonna put it right off my piano, right like that. Sorry, I have to use something to. Because let me tell you what, you guys might not know this, but I have leg pain. And it's always on Fridays I have leg pains. Last week Friday I had the worst leg pain. Today I had a very bad leg pain also. So yeah, leg pain. So this one, and I'm not that light like a baby. The baby doesn't have to press, but it's kind of heavy. So oh boy, see. Let me just share my screen. Okay, Look for the Waymark is going to be a nice song. Very nice song, actually.
the way, if you wonder about our pedal that broke just in the this morning, but as you can guess, it only took us like 2 minutes to fix it. Yep, we just have to open the cover and just put some buttons in there. I mean, not put some buttons, but just move something around in there. I'm not. Well, my dad did it all because I'm not an expert at those. You can't play piano, but I can. But I don't even know how to fix the piano pedal. It's kind of weird. Okay, now let's reverently kneel and say a word of prayer. Lord God in heaven, let's thank you that your blessings for the time to come again together today. Help us understand your word. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, today we'll be talking about 10 commandments. Now, for you guys, I'm like, why do you have to speak about the 10 commandments? I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. Well, does that mean that all Seventh-day Adventists are watching? Now, let's say you guys might be a Seventh-day Adventist. That's good for you. But there might be someone who are not Seventh-day Adventists watching. That's why I want to just do a mix here. I'm sorry that I forgot my mic. Big deal. I forgot the microphone. Well, I mean, I remember the microphone, but sorry, I dropped something. I remember the microphone, but I could not find my microphone. It was nice. I don't know wherever the microphone was. That bookmark is moving, guys. Okay, so today we're going to Exodus 20. Exodus 20, we are going to be speaking from the whole chapter because we want to talk only about the 10 commandments. Perfect. Okay, now, if you're wondering why I would choose to talk about the 10 commandments, I haven't been thinking too much lately. Well, I didn't have an idea what to speak. So, well, because I'm very busy these days with personal stuff. Now, I'm not going to tell, but I'm really busy, so that's why. So yeah, I was really busy because these days a lot behind the work. I have a lot of laptop stuff that I have to finish up. So sorry, I'm very, very sorry. I could spend more time at the sermon, but today I was very busy. I promise next week the sermon will be iOS 20. Today the sermon is only iOS 3. Next week we're going to get iOS 20 sermons. Okay. Now we are going to be speaking about 10 commandments. Now everybody knows the 10 commandments, right? Probably not everyone, but most of the Christians know the 10 commandments, and most Seventh-day Adventists know the 10 commandments. But talking about Christians, they are probably using the wrong version of the 10 commandments. That's why we're going to cover that today. Okay. Now, the 10 Commandments. Okay. Today is March 28th, just for you. That's why I have the date. So this is the original non-GMO 10 Commandments. You know what I like to call non-GMO? GMO is genetically modified. Now, a lot of stuff today is genetically modified. It's like a tongue twister anyways. The Bible is made into a GMO. A lot of fruits out there is GMO. Everything is GMO. We hardly find anything that's non-GMO. And not even Bibles are not non-GMO. Or Bibles are modified today. That's why a lot of, if you watch middle week, in episode 4, we covered about Bible comparisons. We told you about different Bible versions and why we use the King James version. If you want to find out more, you can watch that video, middle week, episode 4. But that's why I'm using the Bible that I'm probably reading from is the King James version, not New King James. It's the King James, KJV, not NKJV. We don't use we used to use a New King James version Bible, but we switched over to a King James version Bible. I don't use our family King James version Bible. You know why? It's big. It's a super giant print Bible. It's a huge Bible. Like almost takes one letter on one page. Just kidding. No, not that big. But it's kind of big, so that's why I know I don't use it really because it's like big. It's super big. That by the way, I got this for my dad's birthday a couple of years ago. Oh. I got it for his birthday. This Bible. It's all King James version in 2019. This is the Bible. It's King James version. It's a big Bible. Our friend Rachel, her dad also has some similar Bibles, so that's why we got this one. Because he can read small prints. That super giant print reference Bible. Sorry you guys can't see that. I want to spoil it. So yeah, this is the Bible. Super giant. I've heard of giant, I've never heard of super giant because it's actually hella good. Anyways, the Bible. Now, people say, oh, we have kids. We need something more simplified for them. Don't make your kids think like they don't know much. Your kids are smart. But by you giving them all those younger things like children's books, kids can read adult books. Kids can preach. Remember what happened in the Waldinson's time? They don't have New King James. They have King James. And the kids also preached. See, that's one of the nowadays kids don't read the Bible, kids don't preach. Instead, what do? Sit in front of the TV and play video games. That's the wrong way. You're supposed to be instead of doing all those things, you're supposed to be teaching our kids about the Bible. That way we can make them wise. You're seeing too much background reflections of the other laptop. By the way, that's a medical missionary training. If you wonder where I get most of this information from, that when I talk about health, from Christine Waddle. Good. So, if you want to watch that, you can find that on the City Exodus YouTube channel, especially if you're thinking of leaving the cities. You can find a lot on City Exodus. Oh boy. Oh, we just remembered something. It's okay. It's 23 to 25, I think. We still have a few more days. Oh, wait. Today's 25. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Sorry, we just remembered something. Sometimes, I'm very sorry. Sometimes. We get into trouble once in a while. Oh, boy. Hold on, guys. $25, $26. We just remembered that we have a Zoom meeting that we have to go to, but we totally forgot. Sent to my mom. By the way, yes, it is Christine. Read the comment section below. We have a lot of information down there. Okay. So yeah, I'm very sorry, but anyways. So King James Version is the best version. Now we have a New King James, but we decided to give them away. New Internationals also because we decided to give them away. We have a lot of other versions of the Bible that we don't really use. When I was young, I used to have a New King James Version, but well, I never hardly ever used it. Okay, let's go to the Ten Commandments. Now everything is genetically modified these days. There's hardly anything that's not genetically modified. Now, the Bible is modified. The Ten Commandments is modified. Great corn especially. What is not genetically modified. Talking spiritual. The Bible, King James Version, is not modified. It's the original version, and it's a very old version. King James Version is very, very old, from like King James the Fifth time. I forgot that. King James, right? Called King James Version. Now, nowadays, if you watch like episode 4, somewhere Revelation, and the end of Revelation, I forgot again which chapter, but yep. Okay, let's go to the 10 Commandments, like you don't know it. First commandment is, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Now, first and second commandments are really, really similar. First and second commandments are really, really similar. First commandment is, have no other gods before me. It means we don't put other things before God. You know what that means? It doesn't mean that you have another God. You know what you spend time the most with is your God. I'm serious. Now, let's say if you have money, let's say if you're a billionaire, and you spend a lot of time with your money, don't read your Bible. Your God is your money. You can say, well, I'm a 7-day Adventist. Well, I'm sorry to tell you that your God is your money. Because what you spend a lot of time with is your God. Now, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. What does it mean by not making any graven image? Meaning making a statue, making an idol. We shouldn't use idols because, now, this is silly or not? Can you just tell me, guys? So, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Now, is that silly, guys? Now, God, we didn't make God, did we? God is always there. God made us. We didn't make God. Now, but what is silly is people turn that story around. God made them, and they make their own fake little God. So, say, the Bible says in 2 Corinthians, you should not make any idol. So while Moses was receiving the 10 Commandments, the high priest Aaron was helping the people to make an idol. What was that idol? A golden calf. They followed what the Egyptians did. That's why when we stay too long with some people, we become like them. We all like copycats. Third commandment, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. What does that mean? We cannot play around with God's name. Because we are breaking the third commandment. God is holy. His name is holy. That means if we play around, make fun of God, we are actually not honoring him. That's why we don't put things on top of our Bibles. The Bible has God in it, has God's words in it. So if we put something on top of our Bibles, I learned this from very young at Sabbath school. You treat your Bible nicely. You're not supposed to put anything on top of your Bible. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you guys whether should you do this? No. Why shouldn't you put something on top of your Bible? That's like taking God's name in vain. Because we are not respecting God's name. That's why. We have to respect God, right? Everybody agrees? Yes. Okay, now which commandment has the word remember? Remember. The fourth commandment. Why does it have the fourth commandment? Why is it the fourth? What's the fourth commandment, guys? Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Now, no, it continues. It doesn't say remember to keep the Sabbath day because, oh, by the way, we forgot in the third commandment there are still more. So, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the God will not hold him guiltless that takes his name in vain. It's a serious thing. It's not a joke. Can't say, well, I just put something on the Bible like that. I'm just joking. Or, oh boy, I forgot I was in a rush to go to a meeting. I forgot. I made fun of God because I was angry. I did this, I did that. That's not proper. Because God will not hold the person guiltless if if that person takes God's name in vain, right? Now remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. What does that mean? Remember, see, the only verse in one of the only verses, actually the only verse that has more than one verse in it. It goes furthermore to explain, trying to tell that this thing is really special. Now, in the Ark of the Covenant in heaven, I think it's the Ark of the Covenant, right? There's a copy of the Ten Commandments in there. In the fourth commandment, a special light shines on it, trying to tell this is the holy commandment. Now, if we break the Ten Commandments, one of the Ten Commandments, let's say the fourth commandment, which most so-called Christians break, because they break it by observing Sunday instead of Saturday. Now, they are actually disrespecting God because God wrote the Ten Commandments with his own finger. Now, if someone messes around with that, you are off to big trouble. Because you are disrespecting God. And Jesus says in John 14:15, if thou lovest me, keep my commandments. Now, I actually have the verse in my bookmark. Where is it? I'm just going to... John 14:15. If you love me, keep my commandments. So what does it mean? Keep the commandments. Thou shalt have no other God before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Honor thy father and thy mother. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet. That is the Ten Commandments. Now, we break one, we break all. King David broke the 10th commandment. See, all these commandments have a similar linking to each other, right? The last 6 is all talking about man. The first 4 is all talking about God, because if we, let's say we injure someone, we are actually not kind of injuring God because God made that person. And if you remember what we spoke about about 2 weeks ago in a little sermon, parables by Joel Lang. If you watched that series, if you've watched that series, you would probably know about that parables with Joel Lang series. Now, if you have watched that, you would probably get a little meaning of what I really mean, because so the lady with the darts, the darts, see, the lady threw darts at the picture. Behind the picture is the picture of Jesus. So if we don't be kind to someone, say something nice about them, no matter if it is a person that we hate the most, someone that we hate the most, if you read the book of Proverbs, which I always do, when you read the book of Proverbs, you read, you should not laugh at a fool when he falls, at your enemy when he stumbles, because that's trying to tell us that we have to be kind to everyone. Because Abraham was kind to the strangers. We spoke about it in 2 weeks ago's topic. Abraham was kind to the stranger, and somehow he was actually being kind to angels, whom he thought it was just named by strangers. Of course, actually being kind to angels. Now, the 4th commandment says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. This is the only commandment which starts with the word remember. Why does it have the word remember? Because people forget. I forget all day long. Sometimes I even forget my own name. Just kidding. Sometimes I. Well, people forget. God knew people would forget His commandments. He had to put the word remember. The Sabbath day, keep it holy. Like He didn't put the word remember holy, and I won't remember it today. You know, but we cannot make fun of anyone who does not keep the Sabbath because probably they don't know. They don't. Let's say Ellen White. You know Ellen White, Ellen G. White. She was raised as a Methodist. I think she was not. We know she was not a Seventh-day Adventist. But they studied. They found out, and you know what happened later? She became a prophet from someone who was not Seventh-day Adventist who became a prophet. It doesn't really make sense, right? And she became a Seventh-day Adventist prophet. But she changed. That's why we're not supposed to make fun of people who are, let's say, who are Methodist or Presbyterian or Mennonites or Catholics or Orthodox or whatever religion they are. We aren't even supposed to make fun of people who are not Christians. Who knows? One day they could become a Christian. There was one time a homeless guy sitting in an alley, and someone walked by, and the homeless guy said, "Give me your coat." Even though because it was a really cold day, this kind stranger took off his coat and gave it to the homeless guy. That touched the homeless man's heart, and later on he became one of the best Christians. From a homeless guy. And a lot of people became a Christian just because of him. When he died, the men put flowers on him. That's to show how many people became Christians by him. A lot of people became Christians by him. See, we cannot say because he was once a homeless, but he became a Christian. I forgot, Adventist or Christian, I don't remember. Because I read a story at least a few months ago, so I don't really remember that story. Okay, so we cannot make fun of people, not even make fun of communists, because, well, they could somehow be changed. People can change. Okay, I want to ask you guys a question. Ask you guys a question. I'm a human being. I can change. Let's say if I was not an Adventist before, I can change to be an Adventist. If I was not following the healthy lifestyle, I could change to be a healthy lifestyle. But I'm not this. If I'm this one, maybe I have an excuse. I cannot become a 7-day Adventist. Let's say if I'm not a 7-day Adventist, let's say if this is me, if this is me, I can say, oh, I'm not a 7-day Adventist and I'll never change. My great-grandma used to tell my mom, people can change, stones cannot change, or something like that. I don't really remember, but people can change, stones cannot change. Someone who's not a 7-day Adventist can change to become a 7-day Adventist if they really want to. Someone who lives in the city can change to be a country guy. Okay, remember the Sabbath day. So now, let's say if you remember the Sabbath, does that mean that you can, let's say if you have servants, can you tell your servants, let's say if you're a 7-day Adventist, you can say, can you tell your servants, oh, can you just buy me my breakfast from McDonald's? You might not be a 7-day Adventist because number one, you're not eating healthy food. Number two, you're asking your servants to work on Sabbath. Because in this book, it's in Exodus chapter 20, verse 10 says, in verse 9 says, 6 days shall not labor and do all our work. Verse 10 is the part. But the 7th day is the Sabbath to go forth. By man servant and by maid servant. cannot work. No one can work on Sabbath. We cannot ask anyone to work. Okay, so you cannot ask your son to work, your daughter, your manservant, maidservant, nor thy cattle. Seriously, I'm serious. Nor thy cattle. Not even nor cattle. Let's say, that means we shouldn't make anything work on Sabbath. Now, I'm not trying to be a Jewish rabbi. I'm a Seventh-day Adventist person, not a Jewish rabbi. Now, we don't make fun of them either. Now, of course, we don't follow all the rules, like you cannot walk more than 1 mile on the Sabbath. You cannot chew more than 32 times on the Sabbath. You cannot turn on the lights on the Sabbath. You cannot take the elevator on the Sabbath. You cannot use the laptop on the Sabbath. You cannot brush your teeth on the Sabbath. You cannot squeeze juice out of an orange on the Sabbath. We don't follow those rules. We don't kill animals on the Sabbath. Jesus did not follow those rules. You know, remember what happened when he healed people on the Sabbath? The Pharisees said to him, this guy breaks the Sabbath. He heals people on the Sabbath. And when he walked through a field of grain, that time, you could pick grain from other people's fields. Of course, you cannot bring a bucket there and pick grain. But if you're really hungry and happen to be walking through someone's field, it's okay to pick a few heads of grain. That was the custom in those days, but not in these days. Sadly not. Sadly not. You know what I'm trying to mean by that. Now, I wish if I was walking through someone's apple orchard, and I'm hungry, I can say, maybe I can pluck one. Oh, I'll be in prison by then. Not these days. That was by then. Long time ago. Around Jesus time, like 2,000-3,000 years ago. About 2,000 years ago, that was the rule. Now we have cameras all over the place. Last time when I went to Tennessee, there was a sign. Speed enforced by aircraft. Seriously. It's very weird though. Anyways. So Jesus does not enforce all the Jewish Sabbath rules. He said, so if your cow falls into a ditch, would you pull him out on Sabbath? Would you still give water to your cows on Sabbath? Then why can't you heal a sick person? It's not a work, it's being kind to people. Okay, next commandment, 5th commandment. Honor thy father and thy mother, and thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God gives thee. This is the first commandment with a promise. Exodus chapter 20, verse 12. It says, honor thy father and thy mother. Because if we honor our parents, because our parents ate more salt than us. But I'm not sure whether my parents ate more salt than me, because I eat a lot of salt. Well, even though I'm younger than my parents, I might have eaten more salt than they did. Just kidding. Well. Just teasing. Of course, they did eat more salt, but I do eat a lot of salt. Oh boy. Honor thy father and thy mother. Why do we have to honor our parents? Because they have been on this earth longer than we did. Let's say if someone is 3 years old and their parent is 39 and one's 39, one is 43. The parents know much better because they have been on the earth many years, at least about 20, 30 years longer than their baby had been. That's why kids should always listen to their parents. Now, number 6, thou shalt not kill. No, what does it say? Thou shalt not kill just people. Did it say that? No, thou shalt not kill. Meaning, it is not a right for us. It is totally never, ever, ever kill human beings. But also, don't kill animals too. I have a conservation channel. You don't know the channel. I'm not going to give you too much here, but I have a conservation channel which encourages people to save animals because we love animals, right? God made the animals and He cares for them. It says God watches over the sparrow. He sees them when they fall, meaning He's caring for them. He says and it says God provides the food for the sparrows and clothes the lilies. That means we should, if God provides food for the animals, means we should be kind to them. Because if God cares for the animals, means we also have to care for them. Now, I just mean I'm not telling you don't kill a snake or don't kill a recluse spider or don't kill scorpion. Don't kill a poisonous centipede. You have to kill those because your life is more precious, right? So you have to kill them. But do we have to kill other animals like horses? Chickens? Chickens is the one people kill the most. They eat the eggs they save. They eat the chickens. Now, if I tell you what, every year since I stopped eating eggs, so now I have saved at least 1 million chickens from being in my stomach. Because when you eat eggs, you are actually somehow killing the chickens. If you know the story, for people who eat beef, they say that baby cows, shortly after they are born, they might never see their mother again because the mother is killed. Would you like to be that cow? That's why it says, "Thou shalt not kill." Now, that doesn't mean my dad has a friend who he's very careful where he steps, afraid that he might step on an ant. That is too much, guys. Now, if you purposely look at an ant, oh, there's an ant. That would be trouble. But if you accidentally step in the ant, it's okay. Now, humans, you can never accidentally kill a human because can you step on a human? No. You might have done something to them. Okay, the 7th commandment: Thou shalt not commit adultery. Now, King David, he committed adultery by taking Bathsheba as his wife. Now, he broke how many commandments? He broke the 10th commandment. He broke "Thou shalt not covet" commandment, and "Thou shalt not steal." He was stealing someone's wife, did he? And then he killed Uriah, and then he committed adultery. Meant that he broke 4 commandments. That's not good. We broke God's commandments. Now, committing adultery doesn't mean only having more than one wife or husband. It means that putting something more precious before God. Adultery. 8th commandment is "Thou shalt not steal." Did I just hear the news that someone broke into an animal shelter? Did I just hear the news that someone did this? Did I just hear the news that someone stole someone's car? Did I hear the news that someone did this? Boy, there's a lot of breaking news. A lot of things happen when someone does something bad, like kill someone or steal something. All those news come out. So now we should not steal. No, we shouldn't steal anything. Okay, 9th commandment is "Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor." Now, people are afraid. The kids are afraid. They lie because they think, well, if I lie, maybe my parents will not find out. So one day, Johnny went to the bathroom. He wanted to brush his teeth, and then he took the toothpaste and looked. Wow, that looks like something like a painting. So he squeezed the toothpaste out, and then he drew a picture on the mirror. And he did this, and he messed up the mirror. He put the whole mirror with toothpaste, then he brushed his teeth. Well. So, and he had a brother called Tommy. Tommy was younger, he was older. Johnny was 6, Tommy was 3. Later on, mother went to the bathroom. She saw toothpaste all over the mirror. She was like, boy, who put toothpaste on the mirror? I have to comb my hair. I can't see my hair right now. And then, she said, Johnny and Tommy, who did it? Johnny said, I didn't do it. Tommy did it. Tommy said, no, I didn't do it. I'm sure I didn't do it. Johnny did it. And then somehow they figured out. They looked and looked and looked and looked. They looked at the one who looked guilty. Was like, he did it. The person who keeps insisting that someone did it should be the one who lied. And somehow they found that he was the one. And he got a big punishment. Now, lies might make people. Yeah, I have to code. Hold on. I'll be back in a second. Hold on, I'm looking for the code or something. Where is it? Lies never go unpunished. I think there's something like that. I don't really remember where that is. Anyways, I don't find it. Anyways. The 10th commandment, thou shalt not covet. What does it mean by thou shalt not covet? Thou shalt not covet thy rich neighbor's mansion. Thou shalt not covet something, because coveting is a sin. Anything that breaks the 10 commandments is a sin. Okay. Now let's look at the genetically modified 10 commandments. What's the difference? The first commandment, I am the Lord your God, you shall not have strange God before. What happened to the second commandment? It became the third commandment. You shall not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. What happened to you should not make any graven image? See? That is, they're trying to trick. Let's see. But how come do they still have the 10 commandments? We'll take a look. The third commandment, remember to keep. Okay, later on, the Lord's Day. Look, the Lord's Day. It's not the Sabbath day. The Lord's Day is Sunday. This is the Catholic 10 commandments. The 9th and 10th commandment, what happened? You shall not covet your neighbor's wife. You shall not covet your neighbor's goods. It's the same topic. From the same verse. But you split it into 2. That is why the Adventist commandments are correct. Okay, guys, we are going to just go straight to the closing hymn right now. I know everyone's half yawning because it's been a long day and a great day, too. Great day for me. Yes, tomorrow it's time to spend time with God. Thank God it's Friday. I think it should be thank God Sabbath. Okay. We're going to do the hymn. Hold on, I'll be out of the shot for a second. 590 is a nice song. Mine's just to keep the 10 commandments. Trust and obey. Da 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 da. We are happy in Jesus when we trust and obey. I don't really remember the lyrics, but I remember the tune. Let me just share my screen. Trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus but to trust and obey. That's what our fish is named. OB. OB. Sounds short for obedience. Now, it's actually OB in Hebrew means servant of God. That's the Hebrew version. please. Thank you. Okay. Just have to look at the shots to make sure it looks good. Oh, I forgot which angle. Because privacy matters. Because this doorway over here leads to the kitchen. So now people might be walking in and out. So excuse me for that. Sorry. Share the screen, I forgot to just put it up. Okay, now we don't have any more reflections in the background. I'll be confused. Sorry, because I was looking somewhere else, not directly at the notes, because I have to look at the lyrics. We got how to sing together. And I tell you what, I'm not a good singer. Well, I can sing very well, but if I don't play like when we trust in the Lord. But sometimes sometimes when I'm recording, I have to I have to record a mouth. I have to do this. I have to do that. I look so many places. Sometimes the notes are too small. I look there and I look here. Sometimes it's like all my hair get mixed up one way. Do I have white hairs already? By the way, I remember last time I had a strand of red hair. I don't know what happened. But if I'm just recording and about like a song series, when we trust in the light of His word, Father, glory He sheds on our way. When we prove His word, we abide with us still. focus on the screen too much because right now I'm more focused on the notes. So I sometimes works that way. That's why when I play during praising God for new stuff, that's kind of it's much better than these because these. Anyways, guys, let's go to our closing prayer. We have to end right now because I know it's late. It's 8:15. For those who forgot to change the clock, it's 9:15. I don't think anybody will go this late. That means the clock will be at work, school, a lot of things. If not another day, forgot to change the clock, you gotta be fired from work if I'm the boss. Let's pray. Lord in heaven, thank you have blessed us with a good time that we studied together. Please help us to always remember to trust and obey you and to follow the 10 Commandments because the results of not following the 10 Commandments equals sin and death. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, guys. Wow. Thank you for watching this video. I know it's later than usual because I'm still getting my time changed. I believe it's almost been a week right now, and my time. Thank you. My time still hasn't changed yet. My Bible away. My time still hasn't changed yet. I have a lot of things, so my time hasn't changed yet. I got I still am having a late breakfast like 7:05, 7:10, 7:15. Usually that's my bureau. That might be a waking hour for you. But for me, I had breakfast at 7 o'clock. What happened? How come now it's 7:15, 7:20? Boy, that's why sometimes I traveling. That's why sometimes traveling could be a little bit off mischief wise. So, yeah, alright. So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed this time. Well, I forgot to upload. I hope you enjoyed that. Because you didn't have to. Oh, boy. I have to finish dinner because we have LVAS. I know you guys didn't rush too much, but I'm sure you guys enjoyed it better. Okay. Thank you for watching this video. Happy Sabbath. Good snoring night. Good snoring night. I hope you enjoyed this.
Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell icon, and hit the like button. Thank you, and God bless you. See you again next time.